Swansea Archers tonight, do we?
Yeah, yeah. Back
Did
home.
nobody tell you, Con?
No, I didn't. I would have found one. Shit.
It's Arch night.
Hang on a second, you. I can't let you get away with that.
Yeah.
Eh?
I just noticed now we've got 2 archers.
Yeah.
I think you're in Brynmill Arch, aren't you?
That's Brynmill Arch. You must be Sketty Lane then, is it?
No, I'm the Slip Bridge.
Oh, that's like you said before, the Slip Bridge.
Yeah, that's going to be rebuilt. We wait till Sam comes on and tell him about it. It doesn't look as though it's going to be, does it?
No.
Never know, though. It may do.
I'll see that, man.
Okay. What is it now, boys? Hang on.
So you can't find an arch, can you?
I can't find an arch. You watch. I got.
It's not going to be Arch de Triomphe, is it?
No, fuck off, you twat. I'll just find it now in my files.
When you were doing that, I see Bonnie was on your local telly last night, wasn't she?
Was she?
Yeah, on some sort of talent show or something.
Yeah, she's trying to revive her career, is she?
No, I think it's a bit like the people go on and then they sing a song with a star sort of thing. And she was the star that some girl sang with.
Ah, right, okay. So where's my fucking arch gone then,
Yeah, there it is. Long gone. I was just saying, Kipper's up in London, Biscuit, so he's not coming.
Oh, is he? Right.
His daughter, well, I think his son and daughter-in-law had a baby, so.
All right. So you got a couple of young ones now, then?
Yeah. So, they all come at once, don't they?
Yeah.
His next issue would be where will you go for Christmas?
Yeah.
right?
It's always a difficult one.
Oh, good Lord.
And then you always have that mad moment and you say, oh, come round to me. And that's it then forever.
Oh, God, yeah, you're done then.
Yeah.
And you've got to cook for 26 people because they keep on growing.
Yeah. I think we said that, I don't know how many years ago, and it's still, I think the invitation still exists, I think.
Yeah. I did do it for a while, but then that all faded out, luckily. So. I think you'd have to do without it, Con.
I'm not letting this beat me now, the bastard. I've got it. I just downloaded the bugger and it just won't come up on my files.
Yeah,
I have it right in front of my bloody eyes here.
I find that sometimes you put a photo in your photos and it doesn't turn up for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Cloud keeps hold of them for a while, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Until I don't know. On an iPad, you always got to sync it. Otherwise, it does do it at some point, but you never know when. Unless you've got to sort of force sync it, and then they sort of come up fairly quick. I had a walk down
That's fucking why.
the prom today to see all the work. I went down on the beach side because I thought I was having a bit of a problem, to be honest, that they've not found any sort of finds at all down there. With all the digging and everything else, they've not found anything at all, apart from one anchor, which was about 35 years old. I thought that they should have found some sort of bits of metal or, locks or chains or something or other, but they haven't found anything. So I went down today and I found within, hang on a minute. I know these are nothing, but within about 5 minutes I came up with this. I know it's nothing much, it's just another bit of pottery sort of thing, which was obviously a jar or something. And that was only 5 minutes down there. I can't believe they're supposed to have somebody down there looking at everything there. They haven't come up with anything.
Mm.
And you probably I don't remember the biscuit. I've seen programs on it or photos of it where people used to jump on the pilings and dive in the water. Have you seen them?
I think I've seen that happening, but I haven't seen it locally.
Yeah, there was. It was about. It was not the Slip by Birdies, the one before that. It used to be out. It used to go out there. It used to be like a pier going out there. But the council, the railway built when the council took the land because they had nowhere to put their boats. Because they built over the horse pool, didn't they? If you know what I mean. There was a sheltered area of shingle, and they used to put their boats inside that. So they built this thing that went out and curved round. And I thought, and when I went out there today, it was all there. I mean, you could see it quite clearly, sort of thing. And I never seen it before. I don't know if I got it up here actually. So, I mean, if it comes up, where's a good photo? Probably that one or that one.
Right, got it, I think.
You see them coming up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of go. I mean, there's nothing much to them now, but they go right out and right around all the way up to the slip.
Yeah, right.
But there's loads of things like that there. It was quite interesting. I mean, there was all sorts of bits of boats and even things like clay and things like that. You know, it was not that you're interested in clay, I know, but it's one of those things. I thought, this was like a complete section. That's about 8 foot long, sort of all planks together.
Yeah.
I'd never seen this clay before. It's that, it's a real sort of grey clay.
Yeah, it looks like potting clay, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like when you walked on it. But, yeah, it's quite interesting.
Oh, there we are. Found one.
There we go. Oh, underneath the arches. I'll change my light a little bit, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got no arch.
Where's your arch, Howard?
Say again?
Didn't you know it's National Arch Week?
What was it last week?
This
The
week
Archers.
is National Arch Week.
It's the Archers.
Welcome to the Archers. Dun, 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 dun.
God, when's the last time you heard that, Con?
God, when I listened to the Radio 4 about 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
All
I
right.
used to listen to it all the time. Because I always had Radio 4 on in the background, I'm working.
I got the arches. I got loads of pictures of the arches.
When walking along the prom on Wednesday morning, from the pier, going back to West Cross where we parked, and we were looking at the new retaining wall that they're building, the stonework.
Yeah.
I think any good stonemason would tear them off a strip, because like when you see a nicely built stone wall, and they look for stones that sort of fit the shape of the gaps.
Oh, the wall on the top. Yeah, sorry, I'm with you now. Yeah.
The wall that they're building from like Pier Bistro, right, the south end.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I don't know whether there's going to be like a flower bed, because in places it's like 4 foot wide.
Yeah, something in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, whether there's going to be filled with soil or something, but
Yeah.
that's it, right? Well, you look at that stonework from the seaside, right? And the cement that's in between the stones.
Yeah.
It's like flipping crazy, it's like 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
Wide. The joints
Instead
are 3 inches.
Instead of finding stones that, you'd see a stonemason building a stone wall, and they'd be looking for a particular shaped stone, or they'd hammer, a bit off it to fit into that particular shape. But these boys, they just stick in one stone in, doesn't matter. Just
They get the
check a
stones from budget block, do they?
big
Yeah, they're
thing.
not stonemasons, though, are they?
Well, it doesn't look like what they're doing. Flipping terrible.
They're more like bricklayers, aren't they?
Mm.
But, I haven't got bricks, but the stones they get like all pretty uniform to me anyway. I mean, there's no like big ones, long ones. They all look about the same size. They got
It's been covered in cement.
Yeah.
It looks all right pig's ear as far as I'm concerned.
Covered in what?
Pardon?
Covered in what, did he say?
All the stonework is covered in cement.
Yeah.
The beds, the courses are like flipping 3 inches.
All right, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Places. They're making a pig's ear of it.
Well, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? It may be nice when it's finished. You never know. Perhaps there's a reason for it, Biscuit. Perhaps they're going to cut into the joints and make it all go in nice and artistically.
Got time to do that, have they? Oh.
Sam coming in.
They've made a bit of a cock up with it, to be honest, Biscuit, because the picture I'd show you again, the one I just showed you.
Yeah.
It's easier to explain what is up there. I won't find it now properly. But where the sort of that one, where the gap is on the right, yeah, the water comes from the piazza into that sort of ditch.
Right.
There's nowhere for the water to get out again.
Right.
They just think it's going to sink down into the soil on this side, but by the time they finish, that's going to be all sort of cement, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
on the landward side.
On the seaside, there's no place for the water to get out.
Oh no.
But on the other side, there's holes for the water to go into that trough, which is supposed to be flowers, I believe.
Are those seeing that that first trench that you've got?
Yeah.
Those look like pipes going out through the wall on the left-hand side.
Yeah, just there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. They are.
Yeah. They
Take it back a bit. You've enlarged it too far up now.
Yeah, must be drainage pipes then, yeah?
Yes, it's just there. I put my cursor on it. It's about halfway down the length of that inner diggy bit, and then to the left.
Yeah. There's not enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough there, though, is there? But
No,
as you say, though, Mike, those pipes should be coming right through both walls, shouldn't they? If it's going to be for drainage.
Yeah, and they should be about sort of 4 inches wide, shouldn't they?
And you think there'd be another one of those a bit further up from where that one is, just to the bottom, sort of left-hand side of the picture.
I would have thought they should have been, like there should have been a drainage pipe every, I don't know, meter or so.
Yeah.
But anyway, they
What's that middle bit for? I mean, the inner sort of concrete block bit, and then in the middle of the two wider bits. What is that for, do you think?
I can only imagine this is just to strengthen it, because it's going to be filled with soil, isn't it, and planted. So
yeah,
maybe the stones react to they. I don't know. I've no idea, Sam.
Yeah, maybe it's meant to sort of. I mean, for the size of the beds, there, it looks like they can put some trees in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's whatever they put there's not going to last long, is it?
But in as much as to space-wise, they have moved back the line of the existing wall about a yard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite a meter.
Yeah. but saying that, looking at the angle of the concrete slabs coming up on the seaward side, it looks as though the seawall's going to come out, the path is going to come out a bit further to meet them, to me. So,
but if you look at the bit further down towards the adjacent to the bowling green, where they've already put the slabs down in a couple of places, where that slab sort of comes up to the top, it's more or less where the path is now, other than maybe about 2 foot.
I've had him now.
So I don't think you can take pictures of it there. Further down along the path, as I say, adjacent to the bowling green. Sort of where they've already put the sloping slabs there. In a couple of places, that's right. Those you can see that they're going up to more or less, not far off to where the the existing outer elements are, unless they're gonna go and build out there about a foot or two to have that curvy uplip to send it back on itself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they've got in Norton.
That that other picture you had up, Con, the one before that.
Oh, Michael's editing, yeah.
Which one's it?
Right, that one you had, Mike, with the wall you're talking about.
Do all the pictures come up now? Or no
Yeah,
pictures?
yeah.
Which one?
When you first put up with showing the gap, the two walls.
Yeah.
Oh,
when we were talking about the pipes.
Outside Beer Pierre's.
I go find it. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, talk amongst yourselves.
What I was going to say was the angle where you took that, if you go to the seaside and drop down onto the beach, that's where the latest Bronze Age track was discovered earlier in the year, last year, like 2003 now. It's 4 now.
John,
what was down there? Howard?
Sorry?
What was down there?
The Bronze Age track. Another one.
All right.
Well, it's funny because when I was, let me just see if I can find it now. When I was there today, I found a bit of a strange thing there that I couldn't quite work out what it was. I thought it was a boat, but I probably won't be able to find it now. But
well,
yeah.
Lava remains from a couple of boats in that stretch, aren't there? Every now and then, when the sand goes down a bit, you can see the sides of the hulls just poking up from the sand.
Oh, the oyster boat.
It was this one. When I was there, I found there was this sort of all going there, but it was sort of round, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the timber remains. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a boat. That it looks like something else.
I think that's part of an old grind, isn't it?
It went round this side and then went right round the other side, almost like a semicircle.
Right. Could be a holding area.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, I photographed our excavations of the Bronze Age track found about 150 meters out in the middle of the bay opposite.
I vaguely remember that, yeah.
Yeah, opposite the Indian restaurant, you go right out. And he's coming in at an angle from the pier to West Cross. But earlier last year, 2004 now, but last 2023, when they started digging that underneath the bistro, they found another part of a track, another one, a separate one. But of course, they surveyed that and they photographed it, and it's gone under the sand and mud again now, of course.
Grab a cover a minute.
Were they there when Swansea Bay was all a bit of a fields and marshes, like?
Yeah. So you're going back about 5,000 years now, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was good old Swansea. You could walk across the bay, couldn't you?
Well, yeah.
Swansea,
But too many years ago, it was complete forest. So
yeah.
a lot of petrified. Have you been out there? You can see a lot of petrified trees out there.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
see.
I went
a
down
lot of deer antlers as well.
Yeah, never found any of them.
got to go very low tide, and you know we'd be lucky. We used to get quite a few. The zoology department had loads of them.
Yeah. I know I went out a long way when it was a high low tide, and I went out all the way, sort of thing. I was amazed how many boats there are there, or wrecks.
Yeah.
I mean, and some big ones as well, not just all small ones. And
Well,
I think there's
in
pontoon there as well.
the 980s, 990s, like, you know, 990, AD 990, 122 Danish vessels went down in the channel out there in Swansea Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Was,
it was a lot of miles.
was that the Vikings?
Yeah, my lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of mines in the Bristol Channel, wasn't there?
Yes, yeah. Used to get a few washed up as well years ago in the 50s.
Yeah. I think someone was talking about the one that used to collect money.
Yeah,
That used to
I
be very
remember
sad.
that.
Are we talking
I
about
think it's still
talking about explosive mines or coal mines?
explosive.
Okay, yeah, see, I don't
It used to be a big one where they put the money in by the Big Apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think then there was one with the playground as well around that.
Yeah,
place.
that's right. Yeah, red one. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and you didn't have the pins sticking out, but you could see where they'd been.
Yeah.
Oh.
You remember talking about that? We only mentioned the other day to Jenny. Do you remember all the lights on the headlands? You know, like Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, and all that shit. You know, over there, Christmas Fair, they used to have tons of that at one time.
Yeah.
I was just looking at your picture behind you there, and who else has got one? Con. And they did a thing about the slip bridge the other day, and they had a picture of the slip bridge on the promenade, and there was this twat walking right across the middle of it. And when I closed in, guess who it was? Our Sam. Where's he going?
Here I am. Funny you should say that, because I was just clearing something behind a radiator of mine, and it was my very, very first artist impression.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
And that was my first hand-drawn jobby of what I thought could do, like. And then over the years, we had various architects do drawings of it, one thing and another. So every now and then, we try and have an angle, keep the profile up of whatever. So that picture was, what was it? Was it me down by the span?
Yeah, you were walking along the prom there between
Yeah,
it.
that's right. They wanted to,
I'd say it was about 15 years ago, but
yeah, that's right. Because every now and then we'd get them to sort of some kind of angle. So then the photographer would want a picture of, you know, one aspect of it. So we'd kind of nonchalantly pose and be by whatever.
I mean, fair dues, they fobbed everybody off for the last how many years it is, and they said they're going to do.
Well, it's got to be, I think it's got to be about 16, 17 years since I started. Yeah. And people still say to me now and then, how's it going with the bridge?
Yeah.
They used to say to me quite regularly, as if it was the same as saying, oh, this weather we're having lately, isn't it? Just something to say. Oh, you see, Sam, you talk about the bridge, you know.
Are you bringing back the floral clock? That's the thing.
Well, that was also on the amendment. That was part of the
That was
talk.
good. That was good.
And the arch, and the Victorian arch,
and a Daleks.
Yeah, they found the floral clock, didn't they? Stored away.
Yeah, stored away.
Yeah, they got that still.
Oh, I think the arch is somewhere.
They didn't keep the urinals from the toilet though.
No, it pissed them off.
Stop,
man.
Oh, bring back the good old pool.
You know something? You know the brass locks there in the door? They're about £700 each now. They had them in Langland as well, like shiny brass locks. We put a penny in.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
They were hugely expensive because when they were taken off, they were just melted down, weren't they? There's no sort of ceremony.
Can you imagine a block of toilets like that now? How long would that last with those brass things in it?
Yeah, I don't know. The problem is they're all sturdy, weren't they?
Yeah.
Do you remember even at Angler they used to have a big, huge weighing machine there, didn't they? You remember that? That was you put the penny in as well.
Yes, yeah.
Everything
We
is
always down whenever we went in there. Yeah, that's it. Just like that biscuit. Just like what's behind you, actually. It was about that size.
Tell you what, something totally unconnected, but I went to look for something to put my tea down on. I didn't want to put it on this nice coffee table, so I got a cloth there. So I just grabbed something at the side. I mean, must have been a Christmas present from Kim's sister years ago. So the Christmas present came in an album cover, Victor Sylvester, right? But then inside is a notebook. And the notebook is made, the cover of the notebook is the actual 78 record,
Oh, yeah.
the plastic. So that's the cover riveted to the rest of a notepad, which I've never ever used. So I got so many notepads people have given me to do stuff in, and you never get round to it today. So I think I must make some notes here on something or other. Yeah, but it was just what Zing went the strings of my heart.
Yeah, I remember.
The very thought of you, all those sort of songs in the sleep notes there.
Sam, do you see Jez much? Sandy Lane?
No, the last time I had quite a chat with his mum about 5 days ago, just outside the old post office in Mumbles. And she was there, and I haven't spoken to her for a while since John, her husband, passed away.
He bought the house I rebuilt.
Yeah, well, that came in a conversation because
right.
somebody else told me about that in between, not you and not anybody else. And I thought, oh, that's a coincidence. So when I was speaking to Megan, that's Jez's mum, I said that I bumped into him at a funeral about 2 months ago. And then I came up about his house and the fact that you had it before him. You know?
Yes.
So did you do all the work from the chalet to what it was when?
Yes, I built all the way around it. It was quite a big one, isn't it? And then I threw out all the old bungalow through the windows and doors and burnt it all.
Oh, yeah.
But what I was going to say was, in the lounge, in the front part, underneath is a massive storage area, which he probably knows. Only I know about it. I put the big floorboards down. If you cut like a 2 foot, 3 foot square out, is a massive storage area down there. I keep meaning to tell him.
Because I don't think I've ever been down there. You know, the house. Okay. But I'll mention it but with access only from the top down in.
Yes, I love to. Yes, because it's. I had to do a block in the front. It's all wooden clad, but we had to build it in double block. You know, because and actually that house he's in is the first one in Sandy Lane to be built with underfloor insulation.
All right, very good, excellent. Yeah, what I was saying. Because last time I saw him was at the funeral of a friend of mine used to play in the samba band.
Yeah.
And Tim, who used to live in Park Mill. So we ended up, it was Pennard Church for the funeral.
Yes.
Chatting outside. And I hadn't seen Jez to talk to for a while. And we were chatting for about half an hour in the car park field while everybody was pulling out among us, you know. Yeah.
I was down there when Paul Henry took my board. I gave him my board, you know, the 910 Bilbo board.
Yeah.
Of course, he died a natural in that fire in Caswell, unfortunately.
Oh, in Paul's house?
Yes, yeah.
All right. I knew when I did used to go and visit him there, and I was aware of a number of old boards hanging around on the wall and one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to go and see him when he just put the room in the attic.
Yeah,
and
the
beginnings of his studio.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I said to him, I went down and I said, where's the board? See that molten mass of fiberglass sitting amongst there? Oh, God.
Okay, no.
That was a good board, that.
That's a shame.
I say, so he's you say he's been he's had an op, is he? Hernia op or something, is he?
Yes, 2 or 3 weeks ago, stomach. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry now.
Yeah. There's a batch of pictures went up recently from, what was the guy's name now? He puts quite a fair few nice surfing shots. and there was a whole batch. Unless I'd gone to Paul's site for some reason or other, to Paul's page, because it's only now and then something comes up, and I was flicking back, and there were a fair few from about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. A lot of Paul, getting some sizable waves on his stand-up. Yeah.
On his aircraft carrier.
Yes. A few of them.
12 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, 12 foot.
It's an airplane wing, isn't it? Yeah.
2 or 3 on that.
Yeah.
How does he carry it?
Great difficulty.
Yeah, she got the strap. Carries it down with a strap.
That's right. I can see a strap on the top side.
Yeah.
And on some of the shots too, there's what looks like a leash cord. And in one of the shots, he's on the wave. And then just behind him is another board that's obviously gone for the same wave and not caught it. But then there's a leash cord in the water between the two. That's right, because Paul is right up on the nose. And he's just done a kind of a turn. So he's up on the nose, facing the other way.
Mm.
So if the leash cord is attached to his ankle then, when he's up on the nose, because the leash cords normally are attached to the rear of the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was still lots of it hanging. And I thought, well, it can't have been the other side.
With a 12-foot board, you're going to need a longer leash, isn't you?
Yeah, the big one. Yeah.
Because you don't want a 6-foot leash on a 12-foot board that just come flying back at you at a grande vitesse.
Yeah. I bumped into a guy down at my pub quiz the other Monday. And he said, oh, you know my dad? I said, yeah, quite likely. And he mentioned his dad. And it was Rod Stairs was his dad.
Oh, Rog, yeah, right. Yeah.
Rod Stairs was one of the original Magnificent Seven when we did the pilgrimage to Biarritz in '67.
Yeah.
Seven of us. And Rod Stairs was among them. So I said to him, I said, if you come next week or whenever, I'll dig out the album I've got of our trip to Biarritz with his father in it, you know. Yeah.
Who were the
What was it, Sam?
Who were the other 5?
The other was me, Rod Stairs, Mike Cox, Pixie, Dale and Ship from Porthcawl, and Paul Spring, whose van we went in. So I think that was the 7 of us.
Rod's one
photos
was
from that?
first,
You what?
Have you got photos from that?
Yeah, in my album, I'll sort of dig some out and scan them and try and put them up to you.
Yeah,
I don't think I can quite lay. My albums are within arm's reach, but in the cupboard.
Don't worry about it. If you can scan them, and highest grade possible if you can.
Yeah, what I do with scanrising me a murder. What I do, I'll take a picture with my phone camera, and then I'd sort of put it, transfer it then either to my laptop and try and send it to you that way, unless I can send you directly from my phone.
But the thing is then, right, it's already in JPEG, but then when you take it with a phone, you're going down a grade, about 10 grades of clarity again with a phone. It doesn't matter how good your phone is, when you blow it up and look at it, it's all pixels, you know?
Right.
And even if they say...
I mean, that's the only way I've got of taking an image of the photograph.
Have you got a photocopier?
Yeah, I got a photocopier.
Can't you scan it on that? Back to your phone?
Maybe I could scan it on that, but then it's transferring it from that to a file on my laptop, isn't it?
Well, you must be connected to it.
Yeah, I do. Every time I do something, I collect this.
Yeah, but then it would send it to a file on your laptop, then you send me the file.
Yeah, I'll try and do that, yeah. That's one side of my techno which breaks down.